Good Wednesday evening to everyone. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. I being glad about doing the seeing and being the seen, and he, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud, and clear on a Wednesday evening. And we are awaiting the arrival of my esteemed colleague and co host, Kyle, the Viking Hat GM. He will be along with us momentarily. How the heck are you on this Wednesday evening? The first Wednesday back. There's a guy, Slycanthrope. Good to see you, buddy. How are you? Hope you're recovering. What an egg con that was. That was a lot of fun. Robert Phillips out there. But yeah, we have some gaming fun in store for you guys tonight. We're just waiting on Kyle to make his entry. Good evening to you, Jorge. How are you? But anyway, yeah. So presumptive of Kyle's arrival here, we're going to be playing some Yes But, his ultra lightweight TTRPG, which is just loads of fun. It is one of those things that is very lightweight, but it does require a bit of skill mastery, and I'm looking forward to it. Damien, good to see you, buddy. How are you? I hope you saw him, Kennick. I hope you did. But anyway, yeah, so we're gonna get rolling here in just a hot minute. And you know, my brain already cannot even conceive of the fact of where I was a week ago right now, but you know, that's time. That's, you know, que sera. Oh, and let me just say, if you're out there watching us on ye old X, as it were, please pop in and say hi. I'd love to hear from you there too. Let's see. Just zipping around, getting things set up as I am often want to do. All right. So anyway, guys and girls, Kyle will be along momentarily, I hope, and we're gonna get rolling on that. Tomorrow night, I gotta check the calendar and double check and make sure what's going on tomorrow night. I'm still finding my level of organization. And then once I get that squared away, we'll do what we're gonna do tomorrow night. Let me see here. So yes, Kyle will be along shortly. He just messaged me. He is on his way, as it were. He's on his way to the green room. But anyhow, but Friday night for sure, we'll be playing some Gamma World. I know you guys love the gaming streams that we do. So yes, Friday night, we will be playing some Gamma World. And guys, this is in no particular order. I'm just going to tell you, but I will let you guys know right now. Let's see, Fantasine. Looks like you chose to look into my YouTube at just the right time. Hello, Fantasine. Welcome to the show. No, Kennick, I'm not going to. We're not going to go into that right now. But I have some great live stream interviews coming up. We're going to have Harold Johnson on the show. We're going to have Mike Mornard on the show. We're going to bring on some of the small creators that it was an absolute lovely pleasure to meet. We're going to do a live stream with Jeff Talanian. We're going to have him on the show. That's right. Jeff and I are going to talk about stuff we did at the convention. And I've got some folks that I've been saying, let me get to you after EggCon. Let me get to you after EggCon. That are slated to now come on, and they're just all kind of racked and stacked, and I'm excited about it. I'm really hyped to do that. But speaking of things that I'm hyped and excited about, it has been so long since I've gotten to hang out with somebody that, guys, let me tell you something. He's not just a cornerstone of the show. I didn't put him in the closing credits as kind of like a tongue-in-cheek thing. Um, Tonight's co-host is a personal friend of mine, and he's an all-around swell guy. He's smarter than me. The guy designs his own RPGs when he gets bored with Dungeons and Dragons. Um, and let's keep the applause soft. It is morning down where he is, and I don't want to shock him all the way awake. Everybody, please welcome my co-host, the Viking Hat GM, Kyle. How are you, my friend?
G'day. I don't design RPGs because I'm smarter than you. I design RPGs because I'm dumber than you. D&D is too complicated for me, so I have to design simpler ones.
Well, I regardless of how you want to take it, it is meant as a compliment, my friend. How are you?
All right.
So we're back. We're ready for some post-apocalypse fun. Now, the stream may falter, Kyle, because I have to load my character sheet now, and that's such a voluminous thing. It may chug a little bit for Yes But. No, Yes But is a great lightweight RPG. If you guys are just tuning in, like Fantasy, and you're out there, I think checking in for the first time, you're going to find out what a super cool RPG this is. Is it still, Kyle, is it still in what you would call the development stage?
Yeah, it is. It has to be like play tested and all that stuff, which is what we're doing.
Right on. Alrighty then. I need to let me blip up y'all's comments there, and I guess we'll open the safety doors to the green room. Kyle, I trust you've got your riot shield and stun stick at the ready, and we're gonna bring on our gamers. Everybody, say hello. He's returning for I think a third session, so that certainly is proof that Kyle's doing something right. Everybody, say hello to show fan and swell guy Joe Kaufman. Joe,
hey guys, how are you?
Oh, Joe.
Can't complain. I could, but nobody would listen. And of course, she's that gadabout convention and internet. Everybody say good evening to Kennick.
Hey peeps.
How are you? What kind of screen layout you want, Kyle? What works better for you? Columnar? Is this layout okay? You let me know, and we'll do it.
I don't know. Probably this, and then we can have our exciting images and rules and all that sort of stuff in there.
Right on. That works. Robert Phillips says, still isn't clear what caused the apocalypse setting. That's for us to find out. All right. Let me. I actually do need to hunt down my character sheet. I think it's here in the documents. John Matrix. There he is. All righty. Character sheet is pulled up, Kyle, and I am ready to go. Do we need a recap, Mr. Game Master?
I think we do, because it's been about a month. I've got a write up, and I've got all my images somewhere here. Let's see. All right. So the PCs. Yeah, I can only do one at a time. Here's what's going on. All right. So that's the NPC Autumn. And
I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn the banner off, guys, just so it's a little easier for folks to read the screen. If you want to support the show, you can find me at I'm the Dungeon Delver over on Patreon, and that's pretty much what the banner says. So for Kyle's ease of use, we're going to have that shut off for tonight.
oh, we don't have an image of Joe's new character, but anyway, this is Kennick's character. It comes up. Erica, the scrawny druggie.
Admin Lust. That's the name of my next punk office core album, Admin Lust.
And I mean, that's essentially a character sheet as well, because that's like all the skills. People just have 3 or 4 skills and their nature, and then whatever their gear is. And where is it? Here it is. Bill's character, John Matrix, with his firearms technician, foraging, observation, and his nature, charity, which is why he's in trouble.
Yes, I'm too nice of a guy. And now, for those of you who are new to this, what you're seeing, these are actual character sheets that Kyle's putting up on the screen. This is the aside from inventory and a few statuses, these are the actual character sheets themselves that are playable. So this isn't just like, okay, it's an artistic thumbnail.
No, yeah, that's it. That's basically the character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Because we only bother listing the skills if it's at a professional level. It's not necessarily a high professional level. Like somebody who has physician isn't like a neurosurgeon or whatever. They're equivalent to a nurse or an experienced EMT or something. So someone with firearm skill, it's not merely somebody who can hit a target. Anyone can hit a target, but it's also not your John Rambo or whatever. It's your like police, your SWAT police officer or your infantryman or whatever, someone who's experienced in a variety of firearms and not only can hit targets on the range, but has the tactics. So they'll know about bounding overwatch and fire and movement and room clearing and that sort of stuff. Likewise, the person who has got foraging skill doesn't merely know the poisonous plants and so on that are out there, but they know what grows in what area, what's got good nutrition, what grows at what time of year, and where best to find them and that sort of thing. Observation skill that John Matrix has got. That's that bit in Jason Bourne where he says, "I can tell you the license plate numbers of the 3 cars outside, and I can tell you that guy over there weighs about 215 and knows how to handle himself. And the best place to look for a gun in this area is the cab of that truck," and so on. That's observation skill. If you have the skill, it's at a professional level. You could make a living doing that. So someone with firearm skill could make a living as a soldier. Someone with technician could make a living repairing things. Someone with foraging could make a living being like a wilderness instructor, something like that. Someone with observation, that's like your security guard, like a mall cop. They don't necessarily have great ninja skills or whatever, but they can spot trouble coming. They know who the troublemakers are going to be. They know who the potential victims are going to be. So they can diffuse situations before they happen and so on. So it's a professional level of skill, but it's not a mastery level of skill. We're not interested in breaking down everything that you did once in college 20 years ago, nor are we interested in simulating the people who are at the top of their field either. We're just interested in what can you do as a job.
Right.
So that leads to most people having just a few skills, not too many. In the game setting, if you're a minor character, you just have one skill. If you're a major character, you've got 3 skills in each of the areas of brains, brawn, and soul. And if you're a player character, you have 4 skills. You'd also have more skills if there were not many players. If there's just one, then you have 3 extra ones as well. So you have a total of 6, because your Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. You're doing everything by yourself. Yeah, so that's the system, and then you just roll a d6 to resolve things. It's not very complicated. That's the system. So far, what we've had happen is the background is that the country's had several years of recessions, followed by an epidemic, followed by a civil war. Then one morning the lights all go out, all communications or electronics fizzle. The PCs are people who were in prison for the last few years, with the place originally being emptied of everyone except the truly mad, bad, or anyone who didn't have friends outside. That was you guys. Once the light goes out, the doors open. John Matrix explored the prison, finding dead guards and some food, medical supplies, and a Glock. He also freed 3 women prisoners, Erica the junkie, Jaya the thug nurse, and Autumn the unlucky. He got an old yellow VW bug going, and they piled in, and on their way out of the lot almost ran over Doc Knox, another inmate. In the second session, they drove along the highway, which was run down and blocked with dead vehicles, and then came to a stop at a broken piece of highway with a river running across it. Only a couple of feet deep, but too much for a VW. Checking the vehicles around, they found piping on a semi-trailer, while Erica and Autumn drank the trucker's beer and ate his old burger and fries. Matrix, Knox, and Jaya tried to build a makeshift bridge across the river. Not only did they fail to do this, Jaya fell in the river and was risking hypothermia. They decided to drive along and find a way across. On the other side was a gas station and some other buildings with a sign, "Food Here." They approached cautiously, seeing a flickering light inside. Calls were answered. "Yep, come on in." Matrix sent Jaya in first and heard a shout and a scuffle, then a shot from a shotgun and a thump of a body falling. He burst in with Knox at his side and found a large balding man, Sam Whitmore, standing over Jaya with a baseball bat. Matrix raised his revolver. "Drop your weapon." To the man's side behind the counter was a hooded woman, Alice. The smell of bacon sizzling behind her wafted across the room. "Yeah, bacon, I'm sure," muttered Matrix. "Long pork is more like it." "Fuck you, you come into my place and..." Matrix fired at Sam and Alice in turn as Knox charged in with his baseball bat. Shots and swings were exchanged, with Sam's club connecting with the counter and breaking, Alice fleeing her machete and having it go wildly over the counter. Matrix's shots missing Sam and Alice both, but making Sam drop. Though Knox's baseball bat twice connected with Sam, badly hurting him, so he might have dropped from that too. However, the shot that missed Sam hit their friend Knox instead, in the neck. Now Jaya rose with her shotgun, and Alice put her hands up. Okay, geez, it was you who started the shooting." Sam was on the floor moaning in pain, and Knox was lying next to him, bleeding from his neck. Matrix cocked his revolver and was about to shoot Alex when Jaya fired a shotgun, with Alice crumpling to the floor. Sam merely cowered. Jaya attempted first aid on Knox, but said, "We don't have the right gear. Got to go back to the prison, to the infirmary." Matrix looked at Alice, but her wounds were beyond his ability to help, and Jaya wasn't interested in helping her. "We cleared out the infirmaries, though. There's still the quarantine infirmary and death row beyond. The quarantine will be well stocked." "We can meet some interesting people in quarantine and death row," said Erica. They took the bacon and vegetables and left Sam to cower and Alice to bleed out, dragging Knox back to the VW and then set off back to the prison. In the third session, returning to the prison, Jaya shouldered the unconscious Doc Knox and Autumn led the way into the prison with Erica, while John remained back in the car lot, collecting spare batteries and sparks and the like. They found the quarantine wing locked electronically and jury-rigged the car battery to short and open the door. Night now fell, their only light being their single security guard's torch. Within the wing, they heard movement and a bash against the door. Jaya fired through the door, but a shotgun kept jamming. They entered, saw greasy footprints on the floor, and the nurse station found a slain nurse who had been eaten by something, which they hoped was an animal. Within the infirmary were bodies under the covers, cold air, and the smell of putrefaction, blood, and excreta. Moving further on, they found the surgery, and there Jaya attempted to stabilize Doc Knox's wound, but it worsened, his condition going black. She attempted emergency help, but he died. Hearing the thing moving around outside, growling, Autumn and Erica decided to use Knox's remains as bait. They put him in the corner and opened the door, preparing to jump out and close it behind them. It didn't take the bait. Autumn and Erica dismembered Knox's corpse to use as small bait, Hansel and Gretel style. Erica looted the drug cupboard, giggling in glee at the drugs. They left the surgery, deciding not to explore further into the psych ward and death row. And Jaya went first through the door and was set upon by a howling, naked, filthy figure who knocked her down, sending a shotgun flying and started chewing at her face. Autumn and Erica step through, Autumn rushing for the gun and Erica battering the thing with her pipe. And when that broke, following up with the blade. In the ensuing melee, Erica was bitten on the arm and the thing was downed, her kitchen knife breaking off in its body. Not waiting to see if it was really dead or had any friends, they fled the prison. Outside, they found John, the yellow VW Bug's engine, idling. As they piled in and explained what had happened and argued over wounds, "Wait," said John. "The three of you went in with Knox wounded and came out without him, and two more of you wounded. And what are you doing? Throw that arm away, Jesus!" There was a bodily thump at the back of the vehicle, and without stopping so much as to check the rearview mirror, John floored the gas and got out of there with his cassette player playing "When the Man Comes Around" by Johnny Cash. The party is hungry, fatigued, and very distressed from death and dismemberment. They need somewhere quiet, peaceful, and comfortable to rest. And over to you.
All right. Well,
you were heading to the gas station, I believe.
No, we had actually in the river overflowing and everything. We were
it was a ford. It was
a ford, yeah, but still, we were going to try the other way back towards, God help us, civilization.
It's a big town where all the ghouls are, all the raiders and maniacs.
Yeah. All right.
I'm pretty sure you were heading to the gas station, but you can always wheel around and go the other way. That's fine. So coming out of the road out of the prison, there's a highway, and to the right is the gas station. Then to the left is the town. So you can always wheel around and go back.
All right, we'll wheel around. We'll wheel around and head towards town.
Okay, Joe, I believe you have a new character for us.
Yes. His name is Mac Petty.
Yep.
He's his skills are endurance technician, traps, and landcraft.
Yep. So he's a driver.
Yes. Heavy machine operator. He races his car on the weekends. Well, whenever things weren't so crazy.
Yep. All right. All right. So the system, you just roll a d6 and then you consult the chart to get the result, which is a no and is like a critical failure, a yes and is like a critical success. Yes and no are plain enough, and then yes but and no but are yes or no, but with complications to make things more interesting. Okay, so everything is generated by the dice. The dice are always right, man. This is the way to play.
Yes.
This is the way.
Always. But sometimes GM fiat is necessary. And in this case, all right. In this case, the GM fiat is, okay, so you wheel your VW around. Let's see what the weather is like. It's probably raining. It's evening, so it's probably raining. But roll a d6, Bill, to see what the weather is.
Alrighty. Let me see here. My dice. Here we go.
This is my procedural generation of hexes. Dear audience, a hex is a day's travel. So, if you're in wooded hills, day's travel is not very far. If you're in open plains, it is far. But when you're the person on foot, you don't really care about kilometers and miles. You just care how long it takes you to walk across it. So we just ask a series of questions and then consult the chart. So at the moment we just want, is there precipitation? And it's winter, so there's a +1 to the roll.
All right, so I got a 2. So plus
2.
1 to the roll, that makes it a 3.
So that becomes 3. So no but. So that means no, there is not precipitation, but there is a bit of mist.
All right, I
Driving
will.
along in the evening in the mist, in the post-apocalypse. The only lights being the light from your headlights. Unless
All
you
right.
have that little one on inside. Or in the
No, we do not. We are.
Oh no, there'd be the light of the radio from your cassette player.
I guess the faint yellow white glow from the dashboard too. But anyway, I am.
Okay, so you're driving along, and you see there's always vehicles stuck on the road. You're always having to go around stopped vehicles because so many got stopped when the EMP or the flare or whatever it was hit that zapped all the electronics. So basically everything made after about 2000 has all those vehicles are fried out and stopped. There's a large truck by the side of a road, and there's a guy standing outside the truck. He's made a little wooden fire. Looks like he's got bits of pellets that he's chucking on it, and he's standing there warming his hands by the fire next to the stopped truck.
Not my problem. I keep driving.
No, you're standing by the side of the road, and you've been alone all day. You've been trying to get your vehicle started again, because if you don't deliver this truck, you won't get paid, and you need your money.
All right, I will.
VW bug comes rolling up, bright lights, and it looks like they're not stopping.
I will. All kidding aside, I know the setup, Kyle. I will.
No, that's all right. What do you do, Joe?
Erica's like, we gotta stop. There's stuff on that truck that might be useful for us.
I think you've got all the stuff that you need to be useful. However, I will ease to a stop in front of it, leaving the engine running in the bug. I will pull a good length in front of it. So this fellow is going to have to jog or walk slowly so I can ascertain his intent as he approaches us.
Okay, he sees this little bug stop, and he figures this is the best hope he's had all day. So he's gonna approach with his hands, with a wave, to show there's nothing in his hands. And where you fellas headed?
Well, we are. Think of it as kind of a road trip to rediscover the Midwest.
You're in the Midwest. So that was called Common Prison, and you're in Generic County.
Yes.
The town over there is called Generic.
Yes. So you having problems with your rig?
It looks a lot like the woods outside Vancouver.
Of course it does.
I've been trying to get diesel for the past 2 states, and it's all sold out. So I'm stuck here on the road. I was supposed to deliver this truck, but it's been so long I don't even know. I don't know if I haven't made contact with them, so I'm kind of stuck here.
What you hauling?
What am I hauling there?
Roll the dice.
All right.
My luck, it's rubber spatulas. Just
3. Rolled a 3 there.
3. Okay. So the question was basically, is it something useful to the party? No, but So that means it's not immediately useful to you, but it could be useful to you in future. So it's more of the it's construction stuff. So it's poles for scaffolding and wooden
Okay.
slats and so on. So it's not useful to you now, but it may be useful to you in future.
No, beer would be immediately useful to us, Daniel Rosen. Beer.
Anything
Be-
food related.
Beer would be immediately useful to us.
Joe's probably drunk all his beer that he had in his cab by now.
Yeah. So you got a first aid kit, tool bag, stuff like that up in your rig.
Roll the dice, Joe.
All right. Another 3.
3. No, he hasn't, but he has the empty container, and he has some clean rags and stuff. And he has some clean rags, and he's got some like about 80 proof vodka. So he could make bandages.
All right. Listen, I don't know if you're keeping up on current events. You've been listening to the radio in your rig as you've been going.
Oh yeah, I got it on the country station all times.
Yeah, well, did you notice how it's all static for the last little while? Nothing, no music, no reporters, nothing like that.
Yeah. Yes, I have noticed.
Yeah, something pretty heavy's gone down. And are you familiar with a phenomena called electromagnetic pulse?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think somebody got cute and decided to tamp down on society because every mobile phone, every walkie-talkie, basically everything short of this, and I point at the Volkswagen, it's not running. If it's newer than the 1970s, it's not starting right now, my friend. And you've got yourself a hell of a situation sitting out here in the cold. I don't think Road Rangers is going to be coming by to help you get a jump. So,
when you glance at his vehicle, his truck, being a truck, is it's an older one, so he's probably just out of gas.
Okay.
Yeah, I am pretty handy at fixing vehicles as well. So perhaps we could try to find you an upgrade. It seems a little cramped in this car.
Well, it is, but we're gonna have to find one first. If you've got there's a few tools here in this bug. We want to try and find something. You want to come with?
Sure, I'll take a ride into town with you.
Well, like I said, you think his truck, it's a flatbed. It's a big, long flatbed.
Right.
And you think that can be got running if you just get some fuel into it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, we'll
and there are like endless vehicles around, so you can put regular gasoline in it. It just won't run as well. You guys have got the siphon in it. He evidently doesn't have one.
So, are there other vehicles around that are abandoned?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, so we could like use the siphon and
about every 30 to 100 yards, there's a vehicle, abandoned vehicle.
well, let's see what we can bring together and see if we can get the truck going, I guess.
Sure. Do I have gas cans, Kyle?
No, you don't. That's why you're standing by the side of the road. You didn't have what you needed to get yourself going. Yeah. Otherwise, you would have somehow. I mean, you don't have rubber tubing and a siphon and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, but these guys do.
Well, here's the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Could we all fit in the big rig?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a regular rig. So you easily have two up there, the driver and a passenger. You could have a third in the middle, but you have to reach between their legs for the gear shift, and then others would have to go on the back.
Okay.
But you don't always all have to go in one vehicle. I mean, there's
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. So technically, you can have 5 vehicles if you really want to. I don't know if I'd trust Erica to drive, but
No.
she might have a few
So-
DUIs.
So you said it's a flatbed, but it's not a tow, so it's not like we could get the VW on the back of it.
No, you'd need a crane.
Okay.
Or, you could build a ramp and jump up there or something, but, You do have a bunch of pellets in those pipes, so if you really wanted to, you could, assemble a ramp, and then you could, put the VW on the back. Or you could just drive it, but, it's...
Well, Kyle, knowing that driving a diesel on gas is bad juju. It will burn the engine up with a quickness. I mean, you can go, but one direction, and then when you shut it off, it is done with a capital D. I know it'll require a die roll. Can we maybe find another vehicle that's got diesel around here and get that in the big rig instead?
Yeah, you can have a look around.
All right. We'll scavenge specifically for diesel.
Yeah. But I mean, chances are the vehicles that have diesel themselves might still be going, because most of the vehicles that have diesel don't have a lot of electronics in them.
Right. Yeah.
Well, not in the actual running of the engine and stuff. There's not really diesel fuel injection and stuff.
Right.
Well, not electronic fuel injection. So, yeah, have a look around, see if you get lucky. Make a dice roll. It's pure luck. 1d6.
All right. And I got a 6.
6. So, yes, you find a diesel vehicle, and it is already running itself.
All right. What kind of diesel is it?
I don't know. What kind of vehicle do you want?
Well, I know I was looking to
I'm just saying, the question is, do you find the sort of vehicle that you would think is cool? What kind of vehicle do you want? And then you can make a dice roll.
I was looking for a diesel vehicle to drain the fuel from, to put in his rig. And as far as something with big tanks, so like one of those tandem side
diesel tanker truck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Diesel tanker truck. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Make a roll.
Another 6.
I was thinking an abandoned farm truck, but hey, that works too.
Another 6, Kyle. Yes,
you find a diesel tanker truck.
All right. Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna drive. First of all, we're gonna get the diesel tanker truck. We're gonna fuel.
The question is, who are you going to strap onto the front of your diesel tanker truck? And will he have a flaming guitar?
Exactly.
Well, I think we should just tow the diesel tanker truck. Take our fuel with us.
Well, no, we're gonna go in tandem, and I think let's I don't know. You've got lumber and piping and stuff. Why don't we drive the VW up on the back of your low boy, and then we've got the VW if we need it, and we've got the tanker truck, and we can stay topped there. That way, we don't waste any more actual gasoline out of the VW if we need it for lightweight driving.
It's not a till. It's just a flatbed. So you'd have to make a ramp to get the VW up there, and you'd have to ditch.
Well, we have scaffolding and such, so we should be able to maybe.
You could just drive it.
Utilize it.
Yeah.
This could be a diesel bug. Is that
All right. Well,
they're all diesel if you don't care about the engine.
Yeah, they're all diesel for one drive. All right. So
since we're here, we should probably top off the VW too, since we've got sources, so everything's full.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's definitely do that. We'll get as
Yeah.
much gas as we can. We know we've got the diesel. Let's do it, Kyle.
Yeah, you can do that. You may at some point like want to sleep and stuff. Okay, so in this game you've got 3 kind of stress states of hunger, fatigue, and distress. Hunger is obvious enough, a day without food, and each 1 point of hunger is a -1 on all brawn skills, things like athletics and firearms and melee and so on. Fatigue is a day of hard marching or a night without 6 hours continuous sleep, and each point of that is one malus on the all brains skills, things like science and observation and so on. And then distress is getting emotional about things like accidentally shooting your own friend and dismembering him and stuff. Or being in a combat when you don't have combat skills or physician. That causes distress as well. And that's a malus on all soul skills, which is things like speech and presence and so on. So currently, John Matrix has no wounds, he has no hunger, but he does have a level of fatigue, and he has 3 levels of distress. He's a little bit twitchy or sad, or however he expresses his particular character. Erica has a green wound on her right arm where she got bitten by the insane zombie or whatever he was. She has a level of hunger, 2 levels of fatigue, and 3 levels of distress. She's real twitchy too.
More than usual.
The NPC Autumn, she's unwounded, but she's got a level of hunger, 2 of fatigue, and 2 of distress. Jaya has a green wound on her head, which has not been properly stabilized. She has no hunger, she has 2 levels of fatigue, and 1 level of distress. So hunger may be recovered by eating, but you can't have hunger 6 and just eat a week's food at one sitting and then you're fine. It's at most double rations. So hunger 3, it'd take 3 days of double rations to fix that sort of thing. You're fatigued. You've all got fatigue because you're all recovering from poor sleep in cold prison cells. As well, being in a combat automatically inflicts 1 fatigue, regardless of the duration or outcome of that combat. And you've had a couple of them. Fatigue is recovered by 6+ hours of uninterrupted sleep in reasonable conditions. Any sheltered building with good insulation and or a fire. Dozing off in the rain, not so much. Distress. So John has a level of distress from acting against his nature of charity in shooting an enemy who'd surrendered. Not a very charitable act. And from shooting a friendly who subsequently died. Erica has a level of distress from having been in combat. She also has a level of distress from helping dismember a human being. Everyone has a level of distress from realizing there's an apocalypse and it's lights out. Distress is recovered in 2 ways: by indulging your nature or connecting with friends. So we've got John's nature of charity. He could recover distress by giving something to somebody. Passerby comes by, I'll help you, have some food of ours, even though it's my last ration. Because he's just naturally charitable. So he recovers his distress that way. Erica has a nature of lust, so we can imagine how she will recover her distress. She feels better after. And Joe, what's your character's nature?
Oh my gosh.
Traps, is that right? Traps, that is under soul.
Oh, your nature. That's your skill? Did you
I'm
roll up
sorry.
a nature?
I must have forgotten nature.
That's all right. We'll roll up a nature now.
Okay.
So the natures are based on the 7 cardinal sins and virtues, but we omit diligence and sloth because a slothful adventurer would be really boring. Okay, roll 1d6 for which of the pairs it will be.
Roll a 4.
Okay, so it's one of envy or kindness, and you get to choose between envy and kindness.
I like kindness.
Okay, your guy will be kind. That could be a little problem in an apocalypse, but anyway. So he will recover any distress he has he's just got one distress because he's like, oh, it's the apocalypse. Oh, he hasn't killed anyone yet or anything, so he's all right otherwise. He's just a bit distressed that it's lights out.
Everybody just being so mean to each other. I'm
Yeah,
tired, boss.
Yeah, so you'll recover that. You'll feel better once you're kind. And everyone, regardless of nature, can recover a level of distress by connecting with friends. You sit around the campfire and tell stories and that sort of thing. So, given your state, your current states, do you wish to keep driving on through the night, or do you just want to circle around the vehicles and camp out amongst the trees nearby?
I think it's high time we rested.
Yeah.
Because you had a big day.
Yeah.
Well, with all these combats with people who weren't trying to hurt you and people who really were trying to hurt you and dismembering friends and stuff, and that's
All these
the
vehicles?
apocalypse. You've had a big day.
All these vehicles were checking like glove boxes and that for like snacks and such that we can put a meal together.
We're definitely scavenging. Anybody got like Lance peanut butter crackers in the dash?
Right,
Wendy's saltines,
beef jerky.
Make a roll, because of course the people's vehicles stopped and they had to get out and walk, so they may have retrieved their snacks themselves. So
I got a 5. I'm loving this.
Okay, so yes, you find some meals. So you find a Snickers bar, and you find an uneaten meal from Burger King.
All right.
Score.
Well, I'm cutting it up and sharing it out.
Cut into 5 pieces the burger.
Hey, let me tell you something. My mom and daddy did it before when we were living poor. So yes, absolutely. Cut that burger.
When I was in uniform, we had an exercise where a guy had taken a Mars bar with him into the bush, and after 3 days, everyone else had eaten all their jack rations, as we called it, and he retrieved his Mars bar, and he was just opening it up and about to eat it, and Corporal said, if you are going to bring jack rations, you have to share them with everyone else. So he made him cut up the Mars bar with his bayonet into 27 different pieces.
Oh my goodness!
Well, fortunately,
just this tiny sliver. It's like spreadable Mars bar.
Fortunately, this is a little bigger chunks. Fortunately, these chunks are a little bit bigger, and once we're all settled,
it's a double Whopper and some very soggy cold fries.
Okay. Well, hey. You know what? We'll warm them up over that fire. You said he had a fire. We'll warm it up over that fire.
Right. Yeah.
And Kyle, if you recall, one of the things I got from the prison was a bag full of contraband that had like a couple of bottles of booze in.
Yes.
I am going to now present that bottle of booze, and I'm sure we can scrounge up paper cups, old McDonald's cups, stuff like that. I will pour each of us a reasonable shot. Not trying to get drunk, just enough to brace us up. I'm trying to get that charity thing going again to maybe take off a
it wouldn't be charitable if you just give a reasonable chunk. That's it's charity when you give the whole lot.
Oh well.
But I would count that if she does get to swig it back, I would count that as Erica indulging her lust as well. Lustful people tend to be drunkards. That's why she's a drug addict.
Well, she's getting a little then, but I will.
That's right. She's got her own plastic bag.
Everybody's asleep. She'll crack one where they don't hear it later.
All right. So we'll have a mouthful of food, little bit of booze to take the edge off the hunger, maybe, and then just try and find a comfortable place to settle in for the evening.
Okay, so you'll have to like camp out under the flatbed or something because you don't have camping gear.
Right.
But if you
I mean, there's the elements to be concerned with. I would say maybe like if there's cars close enough by, everybody basically pick a micro motel room. That way you're not lying in the cold and damp. Just point out where you're resting and, first person up, come and knock on the windows, wake us up in the morning.
Yeah. You're better off sharing a vehicle too, because your shared body heat will.
Oh yeah. We'll find a nice.
As opposed to 5 people in 5 vehicles.
Fine.
Choose carefully who you share your vehicle with, though.
Yeah.
So we've got the 2 semis and the VW. That should be enough.
All right. We'll do that.
Fantastic.
All right. Okay, so now we go for our wandering monster check.
Owlbears.
All right.
I don't think there's been enough time for that mutation to happen yet.
I hope not.
Unless it was an alien invasion of owlbears. All right. Okay, so the terrain and weather questions: is the ground elevated? Is it woody or overgrown? Water feature nearby? Road, ruin, or settlement? Is it hot? Precipitation? Environmental encounter? Living encounter? Okay, it's just the first. The all 8 of them get rolled as you're traveling, and if you stay in one place, just the bottom 4 of them, the second half of them. So, what's the weather overnight? You're in a cold region. So it'll be a -1. Roll a d6.
5 total.
5, so 4. It actually warms up a bit during the night. Now,
well, no, I got a 6, and then that was a 5.
Oh, okay, 6. Yeah, so it warms up a bit overnight. Joe, tell us if there's precipitation.
All right.
D6.
I rolled a 5.
5, and it's +1. So yes, it warms up, but there's rain. Is there an environmental encounter? Let's see. Okay, roll a d6. Roll a d6, Sophie.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You didn't say so. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just going around the table, so to speak.
That's a 3?
This is a 3. So that's a no but, which means absent, but there's a trace present. So roll a d6 for what the environmental encounter is.
That's a 1?
It's a 1. It's quiet land. Terrain is expected, minor risk possible. Okay, yep. So there's nothing remarkable about the environment. Okay, is there a living encounter? Does anything come and bother you in the night? Roll a d6, Bill.
A 1.
1. No. Absence is striking or replaced with the opposite. All right. So everything, it's just quiet. Must be the rain. Everything is completely silent over the night. Nothing comes and bothers you, which is good because you didn't even establish a watch. All right.
It's one of those boring episodes where Monday morning people are like, "Did you watch No Butt on Saturday?" Yeah, nothing really happened. They introduced this new character after the fracas at the prison, and
all right. So, Bill, you lose a level of fatigue, and you lose 1 level of distress. I don't think you were charitable enough for that to affect your distress, but you did all, connect with one another.
Okay.
Erica, you lose a level of hunger by scarfing on those old fries. You lose a level of fatigue by having a night's rest. You lose a level of distress from connecting with the others. You didn't mention indulging your nature, so that doesn't affect it. So you've still got 2 levels of distress.
I did say I was popping another beer later.
Okay, so you lose another level of distress. You're just at level 1 distress now. So, Bill, you've got no hunger fatigue, but you do have 2 levels of distress. You're still a bit disturbed about the events of the last day.
Well, yeah.
Erica, you've still got your wound on your arm, which hasn't been stabilized. You haven't cleaned it up yet. You've still got a level. You're still a bit fatigued. You know, you got a decent night's sleep, but you're still catching up from being in the cold prison cells those past days, and you're still a bit disturbed by recent events.
It's
Autumn's
understandable.
still fatigued and disturbed. Jaya is still fatigued, but she's not disturbed. And then I'll just change it to NPC. Notes.
If I could offer up,
What's your character's name? Sorry.
Yeah, his name is Mac Teddy.
Teddy, like Teddy Roosevelt.
Petty, Petty.
Okay, Teddy. Yep. And all right, so he's unwounded. He's got no hunger, no fatigue, but he does have one level of distress. He still hasn't got over the apocalypse.
So Erica's going to go over to Jaya and ask her to do something about this bite wound on her arm there.
What about the wound on my head? She says.
I mean, if I could help you, I would, but I don't think you want me messing with your head.
All right. Now, the difficulty. So Jaya, at the moment, is still fatigued. So that's a malice on all her brain skills. That includes physician. So at the moment, Jaya is not better than on net. So she's got a +1 for having physician, but she's got a -1 for having fatigue. So it's net 0. So at the moment, she's just like a regular first aider. She's a nurse at the end of the 14-hour shift. She's only as useful as the rest of us, except that because she has the skill, she can still use any special equipment and so on, which a regular person can't. But she doesn't have the special equipment. She's just got basic equipment. So who wants to roll for Jaya's first aid to see if she can stabilize?
I think you should.
Me? That's
Yes.
boring. I do the dice roll.
You're
More
an
interesting
NPC.
you guys do. 5. Yes, she stabilizes your wound.
Thank you.
Okay, so you now you do first aid on her. No, you're
All right.
fatigued. Who's not fatigued? Bill.
Yes.
Yeah, you're fresh. You're fresh, says Jay. Come over here. Fix my head.
All right. Let's see here. All right, my old man used to watch Marcus Welby. Let's see if I can make this work now. I got a 4.
Oh, okay. Yep. So works. Yes, but so I mean, yes, it's the wound is stabilized, but you'll have to change the dressing again tomorrow.
Okay.
Nice.
Whereas if you just got a yes result, then that's it. It's done. You know.
All right. Fair enough.
So first the wound is stabilized, which enables it to heal later on. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So morning comes. The weather today. What's the weather today, Bill? Roll a d6 to see if it's
Oh
warm.
boy. See, I've been hot all night, and now I'm about to get snake bit. A 5.
All right. Yeah, it's warm today. And Joe, is it raining?
A 1.
A 1. No, it's dry. Not present. It's dry. It's warm and dry today. Unseasonably warm because it is winter at the moment. So you wake in the morning, and immediately in the morning you can see your breath in the air, but the sun comes up and it quickly clears away the mist that was left over from the rain in the evening. There's water draining off the broken tarmac and off the windows of the various vehicles around. You come out, it's fairly crisp. Jay gets the fire going, makes morning water, and she says, hey, John,
Yeah.
you're a forager, aren't you? Why don't you find us some stuff to make tea? Warm us up.
Tea? All right, maybe.
Well, you can use anything for tea, you know.
Okay.
You know, you can put any kind of leaves in. People
I
leave it
see.
pine needle tea.
All right, I'll track around the undergrowth, see if there's some chicory or something.
Okay, so make a foraging check. That's
A 6.
6.
Yeah.
But it's a soul skill, and you've got -2 at the moment. So it's +1, -2, -1. So it becomes 5. So yes, you find that. You find some chicory.
All right. I'll bring it back. It's the old Boy Scout handbook. Who's up for a cup of chicory? I got these creamers I found in somebody's dashboard last night. Take the bitterness out at least.
Now, Erica, when you imbibed in pharmaceuticals, did you go for uppers or downers?
Oh, I cleared everything I could get my hands on.
No. I mean, when you consumed them last night, did you go for uppers or downers? Because uppers decrease fatigue, but they increase distress. And downers,
I would have gone with the downers.
Okay, so downers will decrease the distress, so your distress is down to 0. You're relaxed.
Okay.
Yeah, but your fatigue, you've increased your fatigue. You're fatigued too.
Okay.
So Erica seems a bit subdued this morning, but much calmer than she was yesterday.
Do I know how far I had to take this shipment to? Was I fairly close or no?
No, you were some hours away in driving.
Okay.
You've given up on that now. You realize like this, the money's not going to go to your account.
Yeah.
There's no more electronics. Your bank account's cleared out. You probably didn't have much anyway. You're a trucker. So, so you're probably not going to get paid. And it seems to be the end of the world and stuff. So, yeah, your mission is over. That one. You've got a new mission now. Survive.
Right. Well, I'm thinking, is this worth, this is probably still worth something to somebody. Or we could drop this load and...
well, it'd be worth something to you guys if you ever want to settle down and build.
Yeah.
Right.
You can literally build a cabin or something from that, because it's a bunch of, it's stuff designed for scaffolding. So it's, long metal pipes and long flat bits of timber, planks, and that.
Yeah.
So you could literally build a cabin out of it if you have the building tools. So it may be worth something to you guys.
Yeah.
Or anyone else who has build some sort of stronghold or something.
We definitely need to start collecting tools for sure. Right now we don't have much.
Yeah.
As a trucker, do I have a simple toolkit that I know truckers a lot of times work on their own? Well, and I'm a technician, so I was thinking I would be.
Yeah. So normally you will have a basic toolkit associated with all your skills. These guys didn't because they were in prison. But if you have firearm skill, you've got a firearm. If you've got technician skill, you've got the technician toolkit.
Okay. Fantastic.
If you've got observation skill, you've got some binoculars or something like that. You've got basic equipment.
Oh, okay.
And you can trade 2 bits of basic equipment for 1 bit of good equipment. But it didn't apply to these guys because they were in prison. But they quickly found stuff that they wanted anyway. Like they all found a firearm and they all found first aid gear and that for JS physician skill and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the sort of people, if you've got a professional level of skill in something, you've probably got the tools for it. Bill's got all the tools. Bill the player, not Bill the character, but Bill's got all the stuff for handling computer shit, which I certainly don't.
If you've got a Phillips screwdriver, Kyle, you have like 90% of the tools you need.
Yes, but that's my screwdriver. So I'm not sure that's appropriate for
Yeah,
computers.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh no, I do have a Phillips head. I have a spanner. I have a Stanley knife. So, I've got duct tape. I'm prepared for the apocalypse, man.
There you go.
Yeah, you can fix spaceships with this. But on the other hand,
You have the
I haven't
Gorilla
yet
Glue?
fixed this. This is a doorknob came off my gym door. I haven't fixed it. The little rod thing that holds it together broke. I have to buy a new doorknob. So, but I've got a spare doorknob in case it's needed in the apocalypse, like self-defense or something. I don't know. But I also have these attractive little Japanese shot glasses. So, and some schnapps over there. So, I'm prepared.
He is prepared.
Oh, multi flavors. Very nice.
Yeah. And I also have first aid kit there because it's a gym. So, but anyway, you guys, yes, yeah. So you will have a basic toolkit.
Perfect.
So you guys moving on to the city or what? What's your plan?
Well, let's at least get a little bit closer. I mean, if we can see like great pillars of smoke rising into the sky, we'll
No.
probably turn around and head back.
Radio. Okay, so you hop up in your vehicles, and what's your marching order? Which vehicle goes first?
I think maybe why don't we put the semi in front, the Volkswagen behind it, and the fuel truck behind it, and then that way, if there's something in the way that we can carefully push out of the way with a semi,
Yeah.
we can do that.
Carefully push it. That doesn't sound very adventurous. Anyway, normally it would be barreling through it, but yeah, you do you then. All right. So you drive on. All right. So now we finally generate the third hex. Is the ground elevated, Bill?
Six. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. All right. Where's my jam notes?
I'm starting to wonder if this die isn't unbalanced, though. I mean, maybe I'm not rolling it right or something. Like, it doesn't feel right to me that I've just been getting that many sixes.
Okay. Oh, well, it happens. You have another session where you get all ones.
Yeah.
Like when Jaya kept, every time she fired the shotgun, it jammed up. Okay, so the land is hilly. Is it wooded or overgrown, Joe?
I rolled a 6.
It is. There's dense woods. Is there a water feature nearby? There.
A 1.
No, it's dry. Okay, we already rolled for the weather today. It's warm. All right. Is there an environmental encounter? Bill?
A 5.
Yes. All right, D6. Joe?
Oh, I'm sorry. A 2?
Yeah. A 2. A residual marker. Bones. Where am I? Bones, symbols, melt marks, long abandoned. Okay. You're driving along and you see the burned out ruins of a farmhouse. You see the foundation, the brick and concrete level foundation, the first few levels, and the farmhouse has been burned out. It looks like it was burned out some time ago, at least weeks ago.
Okay.
Burned out vehicle next to it. You can drive on past or check it out as you wish.
Let's have a look.
All right, you get out and have a look. All right, so roll for a living encounter.
Safi, you want to roll that one, or GM? Is it up to me?
Sure, I can.
Yeah, you go ahead, roll.
A 5.
Yes, there is. All right, and roll a d6.
A 3.
3. Okay. So you get out and you approach the ruins of this burned out farmhouse, and you see moving around behind the farmhouse, there's some wolves.
Oh, shit.
Several wolves moving around. Now, with your default level of foraging, Bill, you know that wolves will not usually attack humans. Unless it's the depths of winter and they're really starving. And if you confront them, then they will have a go at you. But generally speaking, you just shout at them or throw a rock at them and they'll wander off, unless they're really starving.
Okay. I'm if anyone came with me, I'm just saying, all right, let's go. Back up. Nothing here for us. This belongs to the wolves now. Back up to the trucks. Come on. I'm just motioning everybody. I'm being loud too. Very sharp calls out to my friends. So hopefully
a couple of the wolves stop and look at you, but they're looking from behind the burned building or behind a tree or something like that. They're not approaching.
All right. We will pile in and drive on.
Okay. All right. So you
just
drive on.
Look at everybody as we pile in. Being eaten by a wolf ain't on my list of things today.
All right. So normally there's only one hex roll per day that you're traveling through. But when you're on the road, you get 2 hex rolls per day. You actually, normally when you're driving on the road, you travel much more than twice as fast as somebody walking. But in the post-apocalypse, there's always the roads aren't good and there's vehicles on the roads and everything. So it becomes more like historical horse riding, where it's not really super much faster than going on foot. You're just less tired at the end of the day. So in this case, you get 2 rolls a day. So terrain, is the ground elevated, Bill?
Is it elevated? We have evened off. It is a 3.
3. Okay, so it's rolling hills. So it's still hills, but it's a lot flattened out. So the road's less, twisting and turning. Is it wooded or overgrown, Joe?
No, I rolled a 1.
1. Okay. It's cleared woods. There's just little scrub growing up around where it was and lots of rocks and stuff. Is there a water feature nearby?
Safi?
A 5.
Yes, there is some water. You drive past and you see a little lake. Okay, what's the weather like? Bill?
A 4.
4. Okay, so it cools down a little bit, but it's not hot. It's not freezing cold or whatever. Now, is there precipitation, Joe? He always gets a roll for rain.
I bring the rain. It's a 6.
6. Okay, so there's heavy rain at the moment. Bucketing down, you can see it splashing on the lake over there. Is there an environmental encounter? D6.
A 1.
1. No. There is no environmental encounter. Is there a living encounter?
A 5.
Yes, there is. Roll a D6.
A 3.
A 3. Okay. You see wolves again. You don't know if it's the same one, but you see them trotting along. They're
All
around
right.
that lake.
All right. I'll give a couple of honks from the.
Oh, we
I know
forgot to roll. Is there a road, ruin, or settlement? So make a D6 roll.
Joe, roll that one.
I rolled a 3.
3. No, but there used to be a settlement there. So by the lake, there's some cabins, but you can't tell what condition they're in. You just see through the rain, distantly, you see the shape of some buildings by the lake. So you've no idea what condition they're in.
Maybe an old motel or something.
Or hunting cabins or whatever. Because there's dense woods nearby in the next hex.
All right. Well, I'll give a couple of long blasts on the Volkswagen's horn and see if that startles the wolves away, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, the sound of the vehicles, because you've got like your VW
Right.
and you've got 2 trucks. So just
Right.
of the vehicles is going to make them back off.
Well, in lieu of any actual exits to like a Love's or a Motel 6 or something like that.
There's a dirt road that goes from the highway to the lake.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the horn and flash the lights a couple of times, try and get folks' attention.
Yeah. Well, if you want them to pull over, you just pull over yourself, and then they.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So, what do you folks think? You want to check out the cabins?
Might as well. Maybe we'll find some food or something. Plus
Yeah.
shelter.
Right.
Yeah, not spending another night in a car seat would be kind of pleasant. All right, we'll make our way over there.
Yep. All right, so you turn the vehicles around. You might want to lead with the VW because it's just a dirt road to get an idea of the conditions, because you really don't want one of these trucks to get stuck in the mud.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think we can all fit in there for a short time.
Because I think Joe, your character's got Landcraft, hasn't he? So he's a driver, so he'll know the sort of conditions where you get stuck in the mud.
Right. And if he can back it in, so that if we have to get out of there.
But you won't be able to back it in. It's about half a mile from the road, the lake, from the highway. You can't back a flatbed half a mile along a dirt road.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's check out this path and see if there's a way that I want to be stuck back in there. You know.
Yeah. Well, the area's been cleared. There's a lot of tree stumps and stuff around, so the dirt road is obviously an old logging road. So you guys go along towards the lake, and it starts to get pretty muddy. You come up to it, and Bill, you got foraging, so you know something about the land and the terrain and that. So
Okay.
It basically looks like the ground would have been much better in the past before they clear felled all the trees. But without the trees to absorb all the water and that, it's just become muddy. You can see a few spots in the rolling hills around where there have been minor landslides because the land wasn't being rooted by the trees anymore.
Okay.
And you come up and you see so you stop the vehicles at an appropriate place. You think to drive further because between the lake and the lack of trees and that it might get too muddy next to really close to the lake. So you stop about 100 yards from it, and you can see on the other side of the lake some old jetties next to the various cabins.
Alrighty.
And on this side of the lake, you see looks like a rowboat. You can't see what sort of condition it's in, but the paint on a lot of chipped paint on it, and it's just lying on its side. So from where you are 100 yards away through the rain, you can't see what condition it's in.
Okay. Well, I think for now, we'll check out the cabins.
Okay. So you have to get out on foot and walk around the lake, or see if the rowboat is working.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I mistook you. I thought there were cabins over here and over there.
So they're on the other side of the lake. That's why you couldn't see them properly.
Ah, I see. I see. Okay. Well, we'll wait for the rain to set on. I'm not going to risk getting sick. We'll wait for the weather to lift, and we'll have a hike around the lake.
Okay. So it's the afternoon. It'll be settling into evening. If you decide to wait out the rain, then in all likelihood you'll be camping in your vehicles again tonight.
All right. Well, we'll run that risk and venture on in the morning. At least that's my advice.
Okay. Right. Let's see the weather of the night. So roll a d6, Bill, to see if it's hot.
Got a 4.
4, so -1. No, it is not. So it starts cooling down through the evening. Is it cooling down because there's rain or a cold wind? Joe?
I rolled a 2.
2. Okay, it cools down a lot because it started to snow. All right. Now, so an environmental encounter. Is there an environmental encounter?
A 5.
Yes, there is. D6?
A 1.
A 1. Okay. Yeah, it's just quiet. All right. Is there a living encounter? Bill?
A 2.
No. Nothing comes to bother you. It seems that nothing comes to bother you when it's raining. So
it follows.
It's snowing. So yeah. So the evening comes, and with it comes a cold wind and snow falling on your vehicles and on the lake and on the cleared land and the tree stumps around you. The temperature inside the cabins of your vehicle starts to drop.
Okay.
Starting to get chilly inside these vehicles. You will not get a good night's sleep in these vehicles. Your
I
fatigue
don't know.
will
I'm
not
snuggling
get better,
up.
but it won't get worse.
All
I'm
right.
snuggling up to the people next to me. I mean, I'm
Who's
blessed.
next to Erica then?
Erica's like, get off me, junkie.
Hey, if you want to be cold, you can be cold, butter.
All right. So we wake up probably tired and stiff as hell the next morning.
I was
kinda
gonna say, with the snow, we won't get as wet. It's better to walk in the snow than in the rain if we wanted to take that hike.
Yeah, that's what we'll do after sunup.
Okay.
Yeah. So nobody. So Bill still has got no hunger, no fatigue, with 2 distress. Steph's character Erica has still got a wounded arm. She's not hungry, but she got 2 levels of fatigue, no distress. Joe's character Mac is still unwounded. He's not hungry. He has a level of fatigue and a level of distress. Those things haven't cleared out. So fatigue and hunger haven't got worse, but they haven't got better. Same with distress. Everything's just the same after a cold night in the truck. If you spend a second cold night in the truck, then you will accumulate fatigue. But one you can handle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next morning you get up, freezing, cold. What's the weather of the morning?
It is a 3.
3, yep. So it's cool still. Is it still snowing?
A 5.
It is. Yeah. So there's just this light bed of snow across in the cool wind. It's not freezing, but it is cool. You get out there, stamping your feet. There's no morning fire as yet. The snow is settling on the ground around you and all the tree stumps and falling on the lake.
All right.
And
Well,
the lake, it's about half a mile away. The cabin is on the other side of the lake.
well, folks, I think a stretch of the legs will do us a lot of good. Let's go for a walk, and it's not that far.
Remember that there's the broken looking rowboat nearby. So you have to
Yeah,
check.
we're not in freezing cold. We're not chancing that. Or
Well,
I
it
don't
could be
want to
completely
anyway.
intact, you don't, or it could be completely ruined. You don't know.
We're not going to waste the time.
Yeah, we'll walk.
Okay. All right. So you stride along. All right. Is there an environmental encounter when you walk? Spend half the day walking.
A 1.
No, there isn't.
Let's bring the keys with us. By the way,
Yeah, definitely.
I assume that most people's reflex is to pocket the keys of the vehicle they're driving. Excuse me. But so now, is there a living encounter? Roll D6, Bill.
A 2.
A 2. No, there isn't. You don't see any animals. You don't see any people. You just stride on across around to the cabins. Okay. So what are you hoping to find when you look at the cabins?
That they are intact, that they are
Yep.
furnished, that they have fireplaces, and that we could hole up here for a while if we needed to.
Okay, so that's basically 3 different questions. Are they intact? Do they have fireplaces? Sorry, are they intact? Are they furnished? Do they have fireplaces? Because they could have been powered by electricity or gas.
Right.
Rather than having wood, whatever. There's all sorts of possibilities. Okay, so number 1, are they intact? Roll the D6.
And ideally, there might be supplies in there.
Oh, okay, that's the 4th question. Are they supplied? Okay, so first question, are they intact?
I am getting a 6.
Yes, they are. Okay, so you come up to the first one. It seems to be in good condition from the outside.
All right.
It's a log cabin. Somebody's deliberately gone for the rustic look. Okay, is it furnished?
Me or somebody else?
Safi.
Savvy?
A 4.
A 4. Okay, yes, but. Okay, you peer in. It's furnished. It looks like with IKEA furniture, though.
That's okay. We'll take
There's,
IKEA.
there's worse things in the world than flat pack, my friend.
Yeah, it just means like it's not very sturdy stuff. You can't really transport. If you transport it, it'll probably get wrecked. You kind of. It's nice as it is, but it's not great. And yeah, it's the yes but of the furniture world.
Hey, if it's a bed we can sleep on while we're here, that's awesome.
Some of the Calexes are like at a funny angle, and somebody had a divorce when they were putting it together, and
Yeah.
They forgot a couple screws here or there.
There's a billy shelf, so it's automatically bowed in the middle already.
yeah, you trip over an Allen key on your way in. All right. Is there a fireplace, Joe?
All right. 1.
No. It looks like they had it powered by electricity in the past.
Well, there's always the chance that this stuff is run off generator, and if it's generator, there's a chance it's run off diesel, and if it's run off diesel,
the result was no and so.
No, and it's mains power, not.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Hey, we can always rig something.
We could rig something. We're smart people.
Okay, so you poke around amongst all the IKEA furniture looking for supplies. Now, does anyone have scrounging or search skill? Or search skill would be appropriate. Nobody has search skill.
I have foraging. If we want to drag this stuff outside, I can find food in it.
Autumn has scrounging.
Yeah. So she's good at. So scrounging is finding stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like Autumn would be the one who would find things like your scaffolding poles and planks and so on.
And she has search.
Search is like when you're looking inside houses and you're looking for stuff that people put in houses, if that makes sense. So like scrounging is for raw materials, and then search is for hidden compartments and all that sort of stuff. And like, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
the search skill, so it'll just be a pure D6 roll. Who wants to make the pure D6 roll?
I think it's your turn, Bill.
Oh, all right. A 6. I'm telling you this damn die.
Okay, so amidst all the calexes, there are plastic containers, and somebody was well stocked, right? There's an electric stove, an electric heater, and there's all these pots and pans and things. That's completely useless to you, but you do have stocks. You've got blankets, you've got clothing, you've got containers of flour and beans and oil and so on. So you haven't taken an exact stock take, but it looks to be a substantial amount of food and basic supplies here. You just got no way of feeding yourselves at the moment.
Flour, oil, and beans. We're having bean burritos for dinner tonight, kids.
For a while,
there's a lake
actually.
nearby too, so
I'm sorry?
There's a lake nearby as well.
Yeah, I mean, we can make tortillas and fill them up. All right.
So what you've surmised, see, this place looks like it hasn't been occupied for some years. You find an old newspaper from a few years ago, and you find a few flyers like, protect our wilderness and all that sort of stuff. So it looks like somebody had started a business with like cabins in the woods, cabins on the lake, to give that whole rural hunting, fishing experience. And then someone else came in and cleared all the forest around and ruined the business. And there ended up being landslides in the area and so on. That's why the rolling hills are now rolling hills instead of tall hills, because the trees weren't holding them on anymore. So.
Right.
So Kyle, if they're off grid, can we look for a generator?
They're not off grid. They were connected to the
okay.
The main.
Very much on grid.
Okay.
However, I don't know. I've got.
Now, but is there more than one cabin like this? Because I said there were cabins, but is there more than one that's intact?
Oh, yeah.
Let's
So
see
just
if
make
we
a
can
D6
find
roll.
one.
But is there more than one cabin like this?
Who wants to make it?
Let's see if we find one that has a fireplace that's intact.
I rolled a 6.
6. Yes, there is. The others will be built exactly the same as this. So yes, there is another cabin like this, similarly equipped. There's a couple of other ruined ones though. The ruined ones you'll be able to scavenge for materials.
Okay.
Building materials, if you know.
Yeah, let's
You've got an inside toilet and stuff, but obviously the plumbing probably not going to be working terribly well. So you may want to build an outdoor latrine or something if you decide to stay here.
We'll just fill up the bucket from the lake.
I mean, yeah, that's
and you find that the place's name was Sunny Lakes.
well, thank goodness it's not
fine.
Camp Crystal Lake.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's what I was thinking when we came up here.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's guys, I mean this is great. I mean, at the very least we could wait here till the heavy weather breaks. I think we should definitely go back to the vehicles and like let's pull the distributor caps and bring them over here and put them under lock and key, lest anyone come along and decide to liberate our rides.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Good idea.
When you're walking along, so Joe's character, with his Landcraft, you look, there probably would be a route to bring the vehicles around closer to the cabins. You might have to, dig up a tree stump or two, but you probably could. The VW, you'd definitely be able to get it around. You wouldn't have to worry about that being bogged in mud, because you could just grab a plank and use that to get you out if you're bogged. The other vehicles are heavier, so that'll be more of a problem on the muddy ground. But you should be able to find a route. You might take a whole day to plan out the route on foot, and to chuck a plank here and there where it looks a bit too boggy, but you should be able to get them around. It would be a land roll to basically make yourself a road, or a route, not obviously a road, but a route, something.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll gather everything together that we can scrounge from all of the buildings. So it's all in one spot, so we can organize and categorize.
The cabins are all close by.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, then when we get back over, we'll just load up into the VW and tool over here, and then make our plans to plot out a route to get the heavy vehicles over.
Okay, so the route plotting roll. So that would be Joe's dice roll using his Landcraft skill. 1d6.
I rolled a 3.
Yep, so you get +1. So yes, but. So yes, you can make a route, but it will take a few man days of work. So it will take one person a few days, or it will take the whole crew a day to be able to do it, to clear out a route and make it safe for the large vehicles.
Well, I think we'd all pitch it together.
Once you've got the route, it will stay there like for a season. When the weather changes thoroughly, then it might be different. But once you've done it, it's done.
Let's eat up tonight. Let's cook up some grub, get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow we'll get to work on the road.
Okay.
We should probably make sure we got somebody up just to monitor, to make sure nothing untoward comes up at us throughout the night.
You put someone on watch, eh?
Yeah, I mean, setting a watch is a good idea. Now, Kyle, if I could inject just a little bit of real world knowledge, if these are like camping cabins, I know that like inside electric stove and stuff like that, but I'm guessing they've got like a barbecue area outside, some picnic tables, like maybe in the midst of the cabins. Okay. Yes. That is where we'll have to cook tonight till we come up with some kind of chimney system, so we don't all die of carbon monoxide poisoning in the cabin. So before it gets too cold, we'll just start, like I said, we'll just start making tortillas on the pots and pans, and cooking up those beans and whatever seasoning, salt, pepper, what have you, and we'll chow down and have us a final
and we're gonna
meal.
We'll do the medical to make sure the wounds are all clean in that, so they continue to heal.
Yeah.
Could I, while they're preparing the food, could I toss a line in the lake and see if I can get some fish?
Yeah, it's a fishing check. So that's hunting skill, and it's on default for you, I believe. So make a roll.
I rolled a 2.
2. No. No, you do not catch fish. You're convinced.
It's not even a no, but you didn't even haul an old rusted bicycle out. We could have done something with
a shoe.
A rusted revolver, like those guys with the magnets in the rivers and that.
Right.
I love seeing that. Like it is inevitable if you watch enough magnet fishing channels on YouTube, you will see guys pulling like 40 millimeter grenades out of rivers and stuff in the US that like National Guard units just like whatever.
All right. Yeah. So overnight, we need our 4 rolls. Bill, what's the weather overnight?
All right. It is a 5
So
overnight.
it's warm overnight. That's good. But is it raining? Joe.
I also rolled a 5.
Okay. Yes, it is raining, even though it's warm. It's gone from snowing all day to raining at night as it warms up. Is there an environmental encounter? Seth?
A 3.
3. No, there is not. But there are traces present of previous ones. You just see in the night, you know that where this place has been landslides and stuff. Is there a living encounter? Does anyone or anything come and bother you in the night? Bill?
A 1.
No. Must be because it's raining. Whenever it's raining, nothing bothers you.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing comes in the night. The day dawns. Bright. Not really, because it's raining. The day dawns grey and cold. So you're now in a position where if you want to, you can establish a stronghold, basically.
Gosh,
In the
darn
Walking Dead,
it.
they call it a haven in the Walking Dead RPG, but in our system, we call it a stronghold. And you can take downtime in which you build things and improve skills and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Then that is what we will do. We will first and foremost, we'll get our route cleared. I know that'll be an all-day thing, but
yes, yeah. So that'll be a down thing. So permitted downtime actions will result. I'm just letting you know now, and you can think about it during the week and decide what you want to do. You consult the rule. So you recover from wounds. That'll be automatic. You're safe from resource. So that'll be that. You can train or teach a skill. You can indulge your nature. You can clear distress. You can develop a minor character into a major character. So one of the ones with 1 skill into 3 skills plus a nature, and a major character into an ally. It's 1 step each, and it requires an action from the NPC and the PC. You can prepare for a future mission. You can build or maintain a facility, each requiring a role, and you can craft or repair items. Now, PCs get 2 actions in a downtime, and NPCs get 1 action. So stress and wound recovery are automatic during downtime, assuming the character has safety, food, rest, and community. Wounds do not require a roll unless the environment is unsafe or lacking medical support. So if you want to improve a skill, it takes time and you have to roll. You just have a raw roll if you're trying to teach yourself. If you have a teacher, it's a +1. And if the teacher has speech skill, it becomes a +2. You need 6 ticks to improve a skill, and you can get a maximum of 3 within a particular downtime. So it takes time. It takes at least 6 months to be able to develop a skill. And most people will take a year or 2. That's why, like I said, it's like equivalent to a diploma or an apprenticeship or whatever, having that skill level.
Okay. Kyle, remember when I said I was grabbing small electronics batteries back when we were at the prison? I'm going to use my downtime to basically make those into lighters. Like essentially, it's real simple. You just hold a couple of wires together coming off the terminals. They heat up, and you can like light a fire. Whatever. That'll
be a crafting thing that you can do during downtime.
Okay.
Another crafting thing that is possible for the party, you guys may or may not think of it, but Joe's character could turn one of the car engines into vehicle engines into a generator. He's got the mechanic skill. There's various scrap and stuff around, and you've got a whole tank of diesel. So, you wouldn't be able to run the generator permanently. You'd be able to run it for little projects. So
I think we should do that.
That's something you can do. Well, that's one of the facilities that you can have. So I'll get onto that. So that developing skills. There's allies. You can develop a major NPC into an ally. And the allies are more likely to do things for you if you ask them. You can declare an ally at any time. For each one soul skill that you have, you can say, actually, I know a guy. And you can declare that at any time. But if there's an existing NPC, you can take a season to develop them into an ally. Now, Stronghold. Strongholds have facilities in Brawn, Brains, and Soul. You need facilities in each. So if you have a Brawn skill, but you don't have any Brawn facilities, your Brawn skill will not be supported. And an unsupported skill will degrade. This is why raiders are so useless, but also why they raid, because they don't have a stronghold. So that means during downtimes, their skills degrade until they run out of skills. It's also why they don't have any allies, because they got no soul skills. So every relationship is purely transactional. Nobody feels tied to them. So example, Desiree has 3 Brawn skills. Her stronghold supports only 1. She builds a training yard during downtime, which preserves her skill profile. So even if if you've got 3 Brawn skills, your facility you need to either have 3 different Brawn facilities in your stronghold, or you need to be building at least 1. If you're building at least 1, then all your skills are preserved. That's all right. But basically, you need to build a variety of facilities. And building a facility isn't automatic. You have to make a roll. Now, some examples. Brawn facilities, things like bathing or laundry facility, chicken or pig pen, a combined gym training yard, a kitchen, a latrine, medical bay, sleeping quarters, storage vault, vegetable garden, vehicle garage, water purification or storing system, and a basic workshop. You guys have got sleeping quarters. To maintain them, you'll have to assign somebody to look after them. That person will make sure that the blankets and sheets are clean. They'll make sure that the mattresses are dusted out. They'll make sure the whole area is clean, that there's any cracks in the windows that are letting the cold air in and everything, and they'll fix the roof of the area and so on. That's their job for the downtime. So that would be one NPC's full action and a PC's one of their 2 actions to maintain that. Examples of Brains facilities are archives, where you keep all your records, an apothecary. You might be able to have an apothecary because you've got foraging, so you can pick up things, and Jay has got physician. So either one of you could act as an apothecary or building it up. So basically your herbal pharmacist. Classroom, a command room, a communications hub, an engineering bay, generator. That's something else that you guys could build, generator. A library, an observation post, a recycling center, weather station, and an advanced workshop. The things with E in brackets afterwards are a benefit from electricity. You don't have to have electricity, but a benefit from it.
Speaking of library, Kyle, I know it's kind of a silly question, but these vacation cabins usually tend to have a few novels, magazines, stuff like that stuck around. We've got those, right?
Yeah, there'll be a few of those. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Example of soul facilities: art workshop, bar, canteen, board games room, chapel, cinema, garden of remembrance, message board, music room, performance stage, stereo, storytelling circle, and visitor quarters. Message board isn't just like messages within it, but obviously over a period of 3 months, people might want to buy, and they'll go, "Oh, I'm looking for this guy. Have you seen him?" Blah blah blah. Or I'm looking for a particular thing. Yeah, help me get it. And so there's that as well. And then there is for defensive raiding, things like an armored gate, armory, armed patrols, barricades, guard tower, moat, reinforced walls, sniper nest, spotlights, traps, tripwire alarm system, and watchdogs. Oh, sorry, Ease requires electricity. You got to have electricity to have spotlights and things like that. So once you have a generator, it unlocks a whole bunch of other things that you can get. So a water source is assumed with every stronghold. But when you get a water purification storage system, it means that it's clean. Like some of that lake water might be a bit muddy, a bit dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got some sort of system to purify it, then you've got good water on tap. So there's a number of things that you can build. Like I said, each NPC gets one action, so you can assign them to build something over the term, the downtime season, or you could assign yourself to it. You yourself will have 2 actions, so you can do those 2 things. During the downtime, there will be random events, but they're not going to be random events that lead to the destruction of the stronghold or anything like that. It'll just be people coming and visiting, or if there are raiders, they'll just poke around and have a look and so on. So it won't lead to the destruction of the stronghold or the death of characters or anything like that. So basically you have a mission and then you have a downtime is the basic model of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so downtime's kind of like leveling up, but it's leveling up for you and your facility.
Would we have a rain barrel system? Since
I was
we're,
going to
like,
ask, do we
greeny
have a
kinda thing?
barrel around here?
No, it looks like it was on Maine's water as
Okay.
well. But you've got the lake nearby, so there is water available. But if you don't have a water purification system, it's assumed that you're just basically taking it bucket by bucket and pouring the water through a cloth and then boiling it, kind of thing. You're doing it all slow and manually, which that's enough to stop you dying of thirst and that.
Right.
But it's not a fresh water supply. You don't have it on tap. Like at home, even if the electricity is off, we can have cold showers. You guys won't be able to have cold showers. You'll have to, manually bathe yourself when you want to.
Right.
We could have gallons of water, just come out of the tap, nice and clear. You guys won't have that. You'll just have, a gallon a day each or something like that, and it'll have to be manually.
Or we just go out the rain.
Yeah, you can go off the rain, but the rain roof the roof will still have like twigs and branches, and there might be rotting vegetation up there, and bird droppings and so on, which can make rainwater poisonous.
Well, maybe we can.
If you want to have enough water to live is not a problem. To have enough water that you can spend on other things, you need a system. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can figure out how to make a Lister bag.
Yeah. So all these. So you won't automatically be able to build everything. You've got to have the local resources or explain where you're going to go and get them. The next hex has got forest, so there's a lot of timber, so you'll be able to build things like walls and that if you want to, or build other cabins, or build an outdoor latrine or something like that. There's stuff around, and there's plenty of tree stumps that you can dig up to make firewood and so on. So it's definitely a decent spot for a stronghold if you want to establish that and have a downtime. Would you guys like to do that?
I think this is as good as we're gonna get for the time being.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the bug. We can reconnoiter further up the highway. So I say we call this place home for the time being. Any of the NPCs object?
No, Jaya and Autumn are fine with it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll
Very
leave it there, and you guys will think about what you'd like to build, and then start of next session, we will resolve the downtime, and there might be time for a little mini mission after that.
Woohoo! All righty.
Perfect.
Yay!
So you
We
can
didn't
see
kill
how the
anything this
downtime
time.
is leveling up stuff.
Well, not only am I glad we got to game, now I'm hungry for bean burrito. So I blame / appreciate my co-host Kyle the Viking Hat GM for that. But it has been so much fun getting back to it, Kyle. Thank you for returning to us. And to our players, Kennick and Joe. We really appreciate that. Why don't you guys help yourselves to some baklava and schnapps? Kyle actually has schnapps, so it's not just a meme. It's not
1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe a bit early.
I'm
Yeah.
a Wisconsinite. It's not early.
It's not, Kyle, trust me. Although I want to point out, Kyle, I'd like to point out this crime against humanity. Actually, I got up to Wisconsin last Wednesday, this time of night exactly. I roll into Wisconsin, and the hotel bars were closed at 9 o'clock.
But
So
if you
what
went
is your
out,
granny at home expecting you to come home and macrame with her or something?
but if you left
9
the
o'clock.
hotel, there were bars open till
Wanna
2.
leave the hotel. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Kyle, for coming back to us. Thank you, everyone out there in the
Yeah, thanks,
audience.
guys.
I will let them go and get squared away. I will be back tomorrow night, everyone. Of course, we've got another show. It's going to happen, but thanks everybody for tuning in tonight, for hanging out with us. And just because we didn't have any environmental encounters tonight doesn't mean that lurking around out there somewhere isn't an owl bear. So you guys better be careful and watch out for that. Peace. Good night. Love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me
I'm probably
to
gonna
the
talk about
show.
that. The post game wrap up.
How'd it go?
Good. No, we died. I didn't die. My first character died.
That's always fun. I had a mini panic attack because we're not tomorrow night.